So do you guys want to know what the next best signature scent is going to be? The most versatile signature scent for 2023 is going to be? Well, if you want to know, I've got the answer for you. Let's get it. What's going on YouTube? My name is Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. We talk about fashion and fragrance on this channel. So if you're into either one of those things, fashion or especially fragrance, you found the right channel, man. I hope you guys won't mind hitting subscribe and make sure you hit the bell icon as well. That way when I upload new content on YouTube, you'll be one of the first to get notified. But on today, guys, I have something very special for you. I'm talking about what I am going to go ahead and deem as one of the best versatile signature scent fragrances for the year of 2023. And I am talking about a fragrance from the company Blue Atlas. And this fragrance is called Atlantis. Now, I mentioned this fragrance briefly on last year, but I'm going to break out 2023 by talking about this fragrance because when you talk about price point and you talk about the quality of the scent that you're going to get, this is something that you guys need to hear about. So right after the intro, we're getting into it. Atlantis from the company Blue Atlas, one of the best new signature scent fragrances for the year of 2023. Let's get it. Scourge.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this video, man. Again, I mentioned this fragrance last year. When I smelled it and I first put my nose on it, I was really impressed with what I smelled. So I wanted to come back and do a full dedicated review to this fragrance. Again, the company is called Blue Atlas. And the fragrance that they released is an EDP concentration. And this fragrance is called Atlantis. Here is the bottle. And I think I am perfectly dressed for the occasion. So again, very nice, elegant, simple presentation, an all black bottle. It kind of gives me green Irish tweed from Creed vibes. Kind of has that same feel to it. Now I already have it on this hand, so let me spray it on this one. Sprayer is really good on it. Let's make sure we can pick that up. See, it has that controlled mist, so you get a nice mist from the atomizer. So we're gonna go ahead and get into what this smells like because that is what this is all about. This thing smells absolutely fantastic. So when you first spray this fragrance, first and foremost, let me say something to you guys. It's an EDP concentration. So one of the things I love about it, when you spray it, you'll be able to see that oil residue on your hand for about 20 minutes or so. As you can see right here, it may be hard for the camera to pick it up, but my hand is shining where I sprayed that fragrance. Again, always a good indicator of how much oil is actually in the fragrance, which means, of course, consequently, it's going to stick around a little bit longer. And that's something that I really like about this fragrance. It's a really nice, fresh fragrance, but it does give you some pretty good longevity, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But right now I want to stay focused on what this smells like. And in the opening, you get a blast of citrus. You get a blast of citrus. It's a combination of bergamot and lemon. Now I get a lot of that lemon, and it's a very, very juicy lemon citrus opening with this fragrance. Now, it is counteracted a little bit with a note of black currant. What the black currant does is give this slight tartness to the opening of the scent, so it balances it out. So you have, it's almost like you have some nice sweetness and that nice lemon note in the opening, but then that black currant gives it a slight hint of tartness. And it's the perfect way to balance out the opening of this fragrance. And it is just really, really captivating when you smell this fragrance, when you first put it on your skin. Now, while the citrus notes actually dominate the opening of Atlantis, the star player here to my nose for the most of the duration of this fragrance is going to be the note of lavender. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure this will probably classify as a fougere, although it's a fougere with a modern twist. Don't think traditional old school. This has a modern twist to it, but the lavender is very prominent in this fragrance. It's really, really clean. Again, give this clean freshness to this scent. Definitely a fougere feel to it. But you also have some clary sage in here, as well as peach and apricot. Now, what the clary sage is going to do here is give a nice green undertone to the fragrance. So you have, of course, the lavender, which is clean, then you have this greenness from the clary sage, but that kind of fruitiness from the apricot and the peach, it gives more of a subdued kind of sweetness to this fragrance. Not like what you would smell with like a apple note or something like that. This is more of a subdued sweetness, but I think it works perfectly for what this fragrance is trying to do, which is give more of that gentlemanly appeal. So it's not wanting to go overly sweet, but it gives the perfect balance to the lavender and the clary sage in the heart of this fragrance. Now, when this fragrance dries all the way down, that's when you really get these very masculine fougere elements that kind of close it out. You get a very green, kind of earthy note of oak moss in here, and musk. Those are the two notes that I get the most in this fragrance when it dries down. And we're talking about like 2.5 hours in. This is really what you're left with to my nose, in addition to the lavender. You're gonna get, again, the oak moss, again, which is green, kind of earthy, and then you have the musk. But you also have a hint of orris in here as well, which again contributes to that kind of woody, earthy feel to the fragrance. But it still manages to stay kind of fresh as well, because you're still getting that lavender in the fragrance as well. Now, I think that what they've done here was very creative as well to keep the fragrance from being overly just kind of dry and woody and musky when it dries down. You have a hint of violet in here as well, and the violet comes off a little bit slightly powdery. But again, what it is at all three levels with this fragrance to me, and why I say it's so versatile, is at each stage you have a note that kind of balances out the other notes, and on the dry down, the violet really balances out those woods and that kind of earthiness that you're getting from the oak moss. So that violet in here is really, really crucial in this composition to my nose, because again, it just kind of balances out where it's not overly musky and woody, but it's the perfect balance. Again, guys, the perfect signature scent right here in this black bottle. Now, I'm gonna get, this smells great, but now I'm about to get to what makes this, in my opinion, really, really great. What makes it really, really great is two things: the performance and the price point. The two P's, performance and price point. Now, you're gonna be very, very happy to know that this fragrance retails for only $100. This is a 3.4 ounce bottle. Again, very classic look, nothing over the top, but it does look nice sitting there in the collection. And again, at $100, it's a price point that most people can afford. So I love that about it. It's always a win-win situation to me when you can get a fragrance that is affordable, that smells great, and that also performs. And that is my last point about this fragrance. I get about 7 hours out of this fragrance. And again, for something that's more of a fresh kind of scent profile, I think that that's really, really good, because it'll get you through your average workday. So about 7, sometimes I've wanted to spend about 7.5 hours, but 7.5 hours of overall performance. So again, that's nothing to sneeze at. So at $100 for a fragrance that smells great and that you can get this kind of versatility out of, again, that's a win-win situation, in my humble opinion, of course. Speaking of the versatility of this fragrance, this is one of those scents that's not really specific to any season. This is a signature scent. It's definitely signature scent worthy. You can wear this any season. You know what I say, any reason and any occasion, and it's going to be appropriate. I can wear it how I'm dressed now, and it's going to be appropriate because it has that fougere kind of gentlemanly vibe to it. But you can also wear this in a more casual situation as well, because it just has that kind of DNA that's really mass appealing, that's going to probably appeal to most people that you're going to come into contact with in most situations. So for $100 for a fragrance that you can wear anytime, any place, anywhere, yeah, man, it's one of those kind of fragrances. Go ahead and sign me up. So guys, I'm going to link this down below where you can actually pick up a bottle of Atlantis for yourself. Again, I love the fact that it's very reasonably priced, you know, because I do like to bring you guys things that, you know, fall into that category, something that is reasonably priced that you guys, most of you guys can get your hands on. So I'll link it down below where you can check out your bottle of one of the best signature scents, one of the most versatile fragrances for this upcoming year of 2023. Again, this is called Atlantis from the company Blue Atlas. But that's it, guys. That's my time, man. I hope you enjoyed this video today as I gave you, again, a review of a fragrance called Atlantis by the company Blue Atlas. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to make sure you take a few moments to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use this information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your boy, Darian. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side.